A leader in healthcare, Visiting Nurse Service and Hospice of Suffolk was founded in 1952 as the area's first home nurse service, and in 2004 opened Hospice House, New York's first freestanding inpatient hospice.
Well, it's such an honor to be able to make a change, to be able to make a difference in somebody's life at the end. If they're suffering and, just bringing that family to that whole oneness of comfort and knowing that they're doing the very best that they can to make their loved one comfortable at the end of life.
So hospice is a system of healthcare to provide care for the terminally ill, centered not just on the patient but also on families. So it's a system of care for those in suffering and those in need, and that would include the patients, of course, and their families.
But hospice, as strange as it may sound, is truly a gift. With hospice, we are here to honor the life story, which means a peaceful, soft, and gentle landing that everybody really is entitled to have.
It's not just for the patient, it's for the whole family. They want to see their loved one be comfortable. So to see the patient comfortable is our end goal. We have somebody available 24/7 to our patients. And that's what's really paramount to these families when they're at home and struggling with questions about pain management or anxiety, whatever it is that they're wondering what they should do next.
My good friend Jeff, who was in his mid-40s, was diagnosed with cancer. Family had decided to send him to VNS, so he was actually in the hospice house. He became so close with the nurses, and the nurses so close with him, that, when it became apparent that Jeff was at the very end of his life, the nurse who was taking care of him that night actually waited in the parking lot. She didn't go home. I guess she knew that it was just a matter of hours or minutes. Jeff passed, and, she actually was notified, and she actually came back. So, instead of going home, she stayed in the parking lot, after her shift, to combat and, just console the family, which was tremendous.
The minute we came through these doors, we just felt such love and respect and dignity for him and for his last 2 days that he was here of life. And everything was done with such intentional caring and things that you would never think about. And I was part and parcel of the whole experience. They looked out for me as much as they did for my husband, Tom, and they just made me feel that this was my home for those 48 hours. I could stay here and be with him at any moment and for any of his needs. And it was just something that I can't put a value on. And that's why I'm so privileged.
When we initially transitioned from his oncology program to the hospice support, right away we received a tremendous amount of support. We received help with nursing. We received help with social work. My children at the time were 13 and 17, and they were just beginning their freshman and senior years of high school. And they were so considerate and so thoughtful with regard to supporting the children, supporting me as the primary caregiver, and obviously supporting Kevin and making him feel comfortable and at ease.
Whatever issues cannot be managed appropriately at home, they come to Hospice House. And I say to family members, now you can go back to being a wife, to being a daughter, to being a son. Let us take over. And many times when people come to Hospice House, there's this sense, I think, that they realize that they're no longer a burden to their family, and it's a little bit easier for them to let go.
Mom pretty much lost all of her functions, and I didn't know how to deal with it. And if it wasn't for hospice, they walked me through it, gave me everything that I needed to do to work with it. And it just made the process of taking care of her so much easier.
They offered us a time where maybe Kevin could potentially come here for a night to offer me some respite as the caregiver.
She definitely felt the human touch of a person here.
Jeff had a very big family, so he has a lot of brothers, and a lot of neighbors that were friends of ours. What the house was able to do is almost create a home environment for him at the end. So it didn't have a hospital feel.
They truly make the ending of somebody's life a lot easier. It's not an easy thing to go through, and I felt it here. I can't say enough about hospice.
I know that there's a huge fear of dying, and I know that it can be a scary thought, but coming into this hospice house, all we felt was a sense of peace. All we felt was a sense of support and calmness and love. And I will forever be grateful for all of the people that came and supported us. And the staff here is just absolutely phenomenal. We really felt like they were true angels, and we're very grateful.